What's up everybody, I'm RoyaleRebelle and I am working on an impulsive cosplay. So I actually just found out I have all of the materials, well not all of the materials, I have most of the materials to make a Yun Jin cosmetic from Dead by Daylight, and it happens to be like one of my favorite cosmetics in the game. It's the one where she has her like reindeer sweatshirt and her plaid skirt, and when I was at Joann's the other day I came across this stencil that has the little reindeer on it. Now it's not exact, but it is close enough, and I happen to have a bunch of this like green blue plaid fabric from when I added the skirt to my Legion cosplay. Like I attached it to a hoodie, and the Gildan sweatshirts just happened to be on sale for $10, and me having little to no impulse control, I bought them because I had coupons and I had just enough in like my creator fund. I have like a separate bank account for creator stuff that I thought I would put this together. So I won't be doing the scarf or the antlers that she has on her headpiece or her wig. Maybe I'll do that later, like if I can find cheap fabric, because I am working on a very tight budget for most things in life, let alone cosplay. But I thought that this would just be really easy to do because I have the stencil, I have some paint from when I did my Harley Quinn wedding dress that I thought I could knock out the sweatshirt really easily. And then the skirt, it looks like a wraparound skirt, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a existing circle skirt pattern that I already have, and instead of just doing the 4 panels because it's cut to 4 panels, I'm gonna cut it to 5 and then get some, because I have some hook and eyes, I think is what they're called. I'm gonna get some hook and eyes so that I can attach the waistband together and put it together, and it'll be super simple. So we're gonna see if it's actually as simple as I think it is. But yeah, this is my impulse right now. Okay, so I am gonna be starting off with the sweatshirt. So as you can see, like the sweatshirt compared to the stencil is way smaller than like what is canonically accurate. So I'm gonna have way more of this deer than like what the reference image is gonna have. I also may or may not be making things harder on myself because instead of using like regular paint, I'm using this fabric spray paint that I have on hand from a previous cosplay. Because not only am I like trying to do this on a budget, I also happen to get this idea like 5 days before Christmas. So if any color is going to be sold out at your local craft stores, it's going to be red paint. So we're using what we have on hand. I do also want to mention that if you're using any sort of like spray paint or stuff like that, you generally either want to do it outside in a well-ventilated area, or you do want to wear some kind of respirator. I'm doing this in my basement, so we're going to like wear a respirator, but I'm not going to show that part. And then also because I don't remember the last time I've ever used a stencil, so for this I actually just taped some coupons around the stencil, so like if I were to push this down, like the only thing that should be showing through is the reindeer. When I do this next part's going to require 2 hands, so you're not going to really watch me spray it. Alrighty, and now we have our reindeer painted on at least the front. I have run out of paint to do the back, but you know what, for now I'm cool with just getting the front done. I'm also cool with like the imperfections. So while I was trying to be careful, I'm not mad that like there's drips and stuff like that everywhere, because actually it's kind of done some of the weathering for me, like because if you look closely at the photo, you know, there's dirt, there's little bits of blood, so like this being red, like, you know, those are just bits of blood that I don't have to add in later. But for now I am only getting the front done because my poor little can of paint is empty from being used on a wedding gown and now a sweatshirt. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to cut out the circle skirt, and I am fully ready to admit that like I'm not doing this like the proper way or the best way. I am trying to save a little bit of time because like I'm working in between my daughter napping and then my husband currently has COVID, so like I'm doing stuff during their downtime. Okay, you kind of heard at the end of that last clip my audio starting to go bad, but basically here I'm just explaining that I folded this fabric in 5 times because, like I said earlier, I'm doing the 5 panels. This is going to be like the quickest, easiest way for me to get 5 panels out of it, so I'm just going to cut through this. I will say this took a lot of muscle to do. I did not anticipate how hard it was going to be to cut through 5 layers of flannel fabric. I'm also noting here that my pattern does hang off this pile of fabric a little bit, but I'm not too concerned about that because again, like the skirt does have some tattering. And so how I actually attach all the panels together, I do what's called French seams. It's a really easy, really beginner level friendly way to attach pieces of fabric together and to get a finished look. You basically start by sewing wrong sides together. You trim that seam and then you sew it right sides together. So you ultimately end up with it right sides together, and it just creates this little fold where you can't see the raw edges. I do also want to note that I don't completely finish this skirt. So like where the wraparound, where those edges are, those edges get like a rolled finish, but the bottom of the skirt itself actually does not get finished because of the weathered look I was going for. And actually, like, another fun thing to note is that like where the pattern cut off on the fabric, where that didn't come together, it actually did create like little slits in it that added to the weather look that I needed for this cosplay. Okay guys, this is, oops, sorry, I don't know how far back I need to stand with this camera. I'm new to filming in my basement. But this is the finished look. She came out almost exactly as I had hoped. So just a couple of things to note. I did not add nearly enough seam allowance to the skirt, so it doesn't actually wrap around like as much as I anticipated. Like it barely it fits, but like it's just on the line of like how I wanted to get it. And then two, to kind of compensate, because like this is the sweatshirt normally, like it fits me like a normal sweatshirt, just to kind of get like that faux, like a faux crop top look. I just kind of rolled it up and like tucked it into itself. Like I know there are like things you can buy to like make it a crop top. I don't have anything like that, so we're just tucking this bad boy in. But like for like 5 hours of work, this came out exactly as I was hoping for it to come out. Like I'm really excited. Like the only really details I need to add is that I just need to do some dry brushing of like some dirt everywhere, but like this is ready to wear. And guys, I like when I tell you that Yun Jin cosmetic is like one of my favorite cosmetics in Dead by Daylight, like it is one of my favorites. So I'm like so excited to have this on hand. Like my only regret is not realizing I could have done this earlier in December. But you know what, better late than never, and hopefully this audio turns out, because some of my earlier audio did not turn out for this video. But I'm still really excited to share this progress with you guys. Honestly, this was a really great experience for me, because I do want to start sharing more like behind the scenes content for cosplay, and as I get more comfortable making cosplays, because this is just something like I wanted to do for a while, and I don't know what's been holding me back. I think I figured it out, but that's a video for another day. But what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel so I can bring you more cosplay content.